One of the things that we do as a service is we evaluate the decking and make sure that it's structurally capable of handling our system. What we won't do is we will not install our system into a deck that is in structural disarray. So if it needs repairs, you're going to have those done by someone else. We're not going to get involved in heavy repairs, but I will point that out during the quoting process because I'm not going to do a job and cover something up that's eventually going to be a big problem. So this particular deck, there's nothing major wrong with it, but I did find something as I was doing the process of flatting in, which we're going to elaborate on here in a few minutes. But in that process, I discovered that we had a joist that was actually dropped down a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and fix that while I'm right here, and I'll use these Simpson screws to show you how we do that. So let's climb up here, and you might be able to see it right here. This joist and this joist is actually dropped down. It's only about 1/4 inch, but if you look closely right here, it's pulled away as well. So that's a big issue, because what's happening is the deck is actually pulling away from the house. So these screws are pretty long, they're pretty aggressive. They'll suck that right back in. I'm going to drill right into the end of that, and hopefully it'll pull it back in. It sometimes does, sometimes it doesn't, but for the time being, I'm gonna push it up. I got 6 inch, I got 5 inch, so I'm going to put a 5 right here because I want to get see that pulled that ledger right up flush, and that's something that we definitely want to happen. It's also going to make it a lot stronger. So I'm going to do it over here as well. It's nice and flush across there. So the next process that I'm going to do, all these little things do add up into something. It makes for a lot stronger job, and it stops the deck from moving around. So one of the biggest problems when you deal with water and sealants is you don't want movement. If you have movement, then you have sealant failure. And if you have sealant failure, you actually have leaks, and that's a really big concern for us. So definitely don't want leaks. We want to get it right the first time. And we're going to go ahead and put a screw of 6 inch all the way from the outside, straight in. I'm going to take a little bit of corrective measure here. Deck has been here for a really long time, so it's really going to be hard to move that wood that much, but at least I can leave with a clear conscience knowing that we're not going to cover up something that could potentially be a real big hazard. Don't want anybody getting hurt.